Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Back to throw. Richardson being chased out left. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the second-year man from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, he's a guy who's had his share of detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
Barkley on 1st down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua got a man. It's the rookie Jalen Waddle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry for Barkley. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. From the 38, Tua. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Tua going to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. He stiff arms him, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Here's Tua. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Play action. Now it's Tua. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Leonard Floyd picks up his second sack of the afternoon. It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt, you can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson out to the right here to Shepard. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. On second down, it's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now Richardson from the gun on 3rd down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Mitchell. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
We'll start with the option. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it second down and 12. Here's a give to Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here comes Peppers. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richardson steps away. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Richardson. This is caught. It's Woods. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Richardson on first down. Rolling to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Was it a breakdown of protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, Richardson. He gets it to Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Looking to throw. Richardson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A handoff to Barkley, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Yeah, this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Now Tua. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
To throw is Richardson. To throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Dallas offense set for this next drive. If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys have retaken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
A try here for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Richardson. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And Thomas has it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua, and that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Returning is Peppers. 13 yards the tally on the return there. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Richardson. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Off the play fake. Richardson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Richardson. And this will be caught by Mooney. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. He's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out. He's still got to learn how to read coverages, still has to learn the entire offense, has to see how he fits with the players around him. But bottom line is what you said right in the beginning. He's a high draft pick. They want him on the field sooner rather than later, so let's keep giving him some reps and seeing what they have.
And his kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
Richardson, a final shot before break. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Leonard Floyd getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
After the sack on 1st down, Tua. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And this defense, they came prepared. He's probably going to be seeing them in his sleep if they don't fix things quickly.
And that's not exactly what he wants to see in his post-game slumber. So they've got to figure out a way to slow things down a little bit. Some screen passes, some draws, anything to make the defensive front hesitate a little bit. Think on their way back to the quarterback, maybe even a quarterback draw, some type of tendency breaker.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chris Rumph in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
On On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Dallas defense, here they come now onto the field. Forced the fumble last time, up on the scoreboard, things going their way.
Things are rocking easy now, and they feel good about themselves, confident, taking the ball away in the last possession. They're going to try and do it again.
So let me ask you, can you be playing free and that can be good, or it can also become bad, right?
I like the way you put it. You're exactly right. It can work both ways. Sometimes you get too loose and give up big plays and not handle your responsibilities. But oftentimes when you're playing free and easy and locked in, as they are today, you see the end result.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. He finds his man. Complete.
That's Mechie. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Carter will try the right side.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets into dropping for a loss of 4. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and it's complete. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 94 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out come the Jags. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Richardson. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Richardson now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out.
He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll get this up only to about the 22.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now a handoff as they run left side. Fights loose. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. Now I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now a handoff looking right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On third down, Miller. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, right around the 18-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This one from 35 yards away. And this one is right through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Daquan Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. A throw to the flat for Carter. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Back to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. He couldn't get away there on third down. Pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. On first down, it's Miller. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz,